Welcome back. We're here to do the update for the twin flame connection. Yes, you do need to be subscribed for about 20 minutes, I believe. But next week it will be subscribers only. So come and join. We have changed a few things here on YouTube. You are getting these videos live every week. I do put them on a premiere, so you can click the bell and you can get the notification, or very separately, you can go through to my website. The links are directly below, and I give you the updates for when we are going live in the members and when we are coming live here. So I'm pretty much changing our community tab to an information update area where we can give you transit updates, any psychic downloads I get. So we're freeing it up, so to speak. So one way you can help this channel grow is to like the videos. The comments are turned off on the other videos so that we can come and chat here each week, or in the members. Very separately, in the members hub, we have some brand new announcements. The education content, hi Dale, safe travels. The education content, I did have a bit of a quick update with the members this morning, is that as soon as I can, which will be early 2023, you guys are going to get all the education content videos first, and the VIP members via the website will get a discount for the courses that come with that. So it will be anything to do with your twin flame path, ascension, the runner chaser, psychic development, how to deal with your triggers and codependency, the mirror work, you name it. We're going to be covering here, as well as continuing the twin flame weeklies. So the top tier level will be receiving it, and it could come early. So FYI, that's one perk of being the top tier level member on YouTube. And via the website, you'll get a discount for those education courses when they're released. So you'll get a percentage off. Let's have a look at the connection. I'm not surprised by the chakra card that's come through. The next week editions are going to be out in the members tomorrow morning, 5 a.m. I've put the schedule up already in the members in the community tab, and that is for masculine, feminine, and karmic. It does look very juicy, and that is for the 4th week. You get it a week ahead by being a VIP member. So stay tuned, members, and tell me what you think about it. I was like, wow. Yeah, so next week's energy for masculine, feminine, and karmic is looking pretty hectic. Let's see what's coming through. We're getting the scorpionic energy already, and I feel some of us are feeling that eclipse energy. There can be a lot of taboo subjects that we're having to deal with. Could be old intimate wounds, inner childhood wounds that are coming up. Anything to do with sexuality. Betrayals. Secrets are going to come out. Mars and Gemini, secrets are going to come out. So let's see what's coming through here. Definitely came through in the karmic read, that's for sure. Where can I put these? I swear I've got to get a bigger desk. How have we all been? Anxious energy. There has been anxious energy. I do cover the moon energy, which I may be starting to do here on YouTube. So I'll put a community post up, and I'll ask you if you want to have updates of the transits. My psychic energy of what I see potentially. I give tips and tricks on Instagram. So that now is getting back on track. And I may be also having some more announcements, but I'm keeping some of these secrets top secret for 2023. So there'll be some newbies. Hi, Deborah Wolf. I just said that today I need a bigger desk. Oh, God. Maybe we just need to be more organised. I don't know. Pick your poison, left or right for feminine. Pardon me. I don't know why I'm getting this vibe. It's almost like this hurried energy. It's like, hurry up, penny little, the sky's pulling down, get things in a row. You're also going to feel a little bit more detached. You're going to be really disconnecting from things that don't resonate with you at the moment. So particularly you may find that you may be looking at it could be the news. It might be style of contact. Just something in us I feel is evolving and changing. And I'm hoping that we do this Mars and Gemini energy differently to when we had the nodes in Gemini, because all of us went down the rabbit hole of social media. And so you might have had a bit of abstinence from social media for a little bit, maybe needing to listen to your own feelings, getting to the point where you're feeling like you need a little bit of a break from white noise so that you could and it could have caused a bit of depression, but I would say it's not depression. I would say it's more it's that food don't taste so good kind of analogy, even though you might have over the last 3 days had a lot to eat because the moon was transiting Taurus, and we all go for the cookie jar around then. And usually it's dehydration. So, get some of the fluid in you. What's the other thing that I was noticing psychically? Good God, 5s coming back again. 1s and 5s I'm seeing for the Twin Flame Collective, which means big, big changes, whether you want it or not. But it's always for us, so please do trust the process. And codependency is going to come back up again. So just pre-warned, forearmed. If you find it coming up on you, just say to yourself, automatically it's like this redirection. Say to yourself, okay, am I focusing on another over myself? Well, how can I get myself back into alignment? What is this showing me? What's coming up for me? Because I really do feel it's almost like this obsessiveness. Scorpio energy and Venus, which I do have an update coming to you in the community tab to do with Venus entering Scorpio. So keep an eye on that. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. And it's going to give you some ways it can play out. It can be very addictive. It can be, what are they doing? Where are they? It can be obsessive. Your style might change and you might be going to the more Marsy kind of, how could I say it? Goth, dark, mysterious kind of vibes. Broody kind of makeup or styles. And you also could be feeling at the moment that your style is outdated and you want to throw everything out. So Mercury retrograde for Divine Feminine has been quite interesting. Some of you have been feeling as though you feel emotional to do with the past, frustrated that the dream hasn't occurred the way you wanted it. I also feel if you were hitting walls, it's about coming back to basics. Some of you also might have got to a point where emotional eating was coming through and feeling the anxiousness and burnt out. The hunger generally is coming from thirst. So try and check that first, but find alternatives, and it can be dates, hot chocolate, something that can hit that sweet tooth for you through the transits. But also eat the food groups like fatty acids and things that can keep you feeling balanced and coping. It's a little bit like hitting the gym on an empty stomach. And people do that, but it's more having, and doing that for weeks and weeks than hitting the gym and thinking you're going to get the best out of it. It's probably not going to work. We're heading into an eclipse. So great time to detox, to become light. Food is going to sit heavier in your stomach, but I will be giving tips within the eclipse update. I agree with you with the left, with the masculines today, this week. Now we're coming through with the sacral chakra. This is passion, right? This is the scorpionic Mars-like energy. Be careful of gossip. Be careful of, almost having too much on your plate. If you feel in your life, which this should have come through to you in a PDF from Universe and your guides back in August, if we were listening, something wasn't working, right? Something was out of balance. Something wasn't working. We moved into the Mercury in shadow between the axis of Virgo and Libra. In the Divine Feminine energy, we also have Venus getting ready to end its cycle. So the lightest point of things isn't really going to be seen until around I would say November, December, right? But more so about mid-November. So if you're feeling bleak, unattractive, like you don't know who you're going to be, feeling like you're having an existential crisis is quite normal. But look at what it is that you feel is outdated. Some of you could go to absolute extremes. And I thought it was funny because I've got Scorpio in my chart. I was throwing makeup out. I was throwing clothing out. I was like, don't resonate with this. It's changing. Outdated energy. This probably still at the moment with Mars going up ready to go retrograde is not the best time. And again, I'll state it as a disclaimer. I should get it down the bottom of the screen. I can't give you medical advice. I can't give you financial advice, psychological or professional, legal, medical, professional. You get the gist, right? Check the use by dates on foods. Come to the update for the eclipse in Scorpio. It's going to give you tips. It's going to tell you potentials. We're coming through this week in the joint connection. There's passion, okay? So it can be a bit lusty. It can be a bit heated. You could be either angry. Your chakra is going to be overactive or underactive. Now, if it's overactive, you're going to be very dominant, aggressive, Remove the orange food groups for a bit. Lay off meat, lay off. And I probably would leaning into the eclipse because it's not going to process. It's almost like Scorpio's the rot, the things that aren't so good for us. So things could feel off in your tummy. Food could smell funky. Check the use by dates. You could get food poisoning, for instance. So check the use by dates. Look after your wellness. But aggressive. So it could go from passive to aggressive and bounce back and forward. Just keep an eye on it. There can be a lot of passion. Psychically, I feel that you can be picking up on divine masculines. Kundalini activation. Yet again, we have the Phoenix Rising happening. That's the name of the next video for divine masculine. So stay tuned for that one. It's very unique. It's almost like this pressure where you're feeling you've got to do something. Pressure that you feel you're running out of time. You're on the edge of the cliff. You need to address something. And it does feel it's like both parties are feeling this is a make or break time. Okay. It's like, are we going left? Are we going right? Which way are we going? And it's that pressure. It's this panic. Calm down. How many of you have been feeling, I've got to do something? Is there something I need to do? Have I done something wrong? Is there something on my side of the fence? Is there something going on? Am I feeling it coming in? That's the psychic energy. But some of you mentally are feeling, okay, in your life, something is changing. Therefore, your needs are changing. And therefore, with the status quo of where things stand, it's putting the pressure on you because you're feeling, hey, some of it's out of my control. But is it? And that is coming out through the activation. Some of you can be getting angry through it too because you have to make some major decisions in your life. It could be to do with your home, your children, a job, transition, movement, can even be other offers coming in, and you kind of feel pulled in two directions in some shape or form. And point blank, it can just be simply that you're fed up and you're like, I'm ready for physical movement, level up or ship out for some. It's all part of the ascension process. We didn't say it was fun. Okay. This subject has been coming up quite a bit in the channel messages, and it's to do with justice and fairness and balance and what's correct. And I think one way that we can actually guide ourselves through it, it is going to the past. It is where we're looking to the past of what was fair, what was the give and take, were we over-giving, were we over-expecting, however it's landing, but something to do with justice it's coming from the past. So it can be that things are going to balance out in the connection. It can be that there is a revelation inside of divine masculine's life and they're realizing that in order to have balance with you, what they need to do. It can be that the behavioral patterns are going to start shifting. This could be a funky 2 weeks, I would say, really moving from here to the end of the month and November. But at the same time, something's got to give. Okay, so there's almost this logical look at, okay, I know what I need to do. But then there's something I've got to drop, okay? Could that be a karmic partner? Yes. Could it be, because it's a burden, the emotions, the wounds are coming up, and I'm telling you, they're going to come up. We're moving into the scorpionic energy. Shadow work is going to be profound. Maybe not even knowing why that wound's coming up. But again, it's something that it's either in a psychological area of your life, shadow work, or it's that you're physically dropping something in order to make space for that, room in your life. But I do feel masculine's feeling it too. So for some, it can physically be they're looking at the karmic cycle and they're feeling, okay, I've maybe been fair to this person. Maybe it was a wife. It could have been a husband, whoever this individual is, whatever they were dealing with, be it in the mind or in the 3D, they're looking at it and realizing they have to drop it because it's not manageable anymore. And it's affecting, these can be habits too. I'm seeing from the sacral chakra, I use citrine. Citrine is really good. So there's other properties that are really good with citrine, but the one good thing is it can really help you detox bad habits. Okay. And it really does bloody work. So those habits, having the courage to address it, protectiveness. I feel divine masculine is kind of realizing that they were using an operation system to maybe deal with an adverse situation, right? I'm hearing the term Dutch courage, but it was also, it's not the problem. The habit's not the problem. The problem's further down. And it's to do with the circumstance of the past of being fair, expectations. And I especially think this could be surrounding family, home, tradition, conditioning. I do feel divine feminine also is going through this in a way. It's like, feeling like we need to care, feeling like, and maybe even in a shadow sense, looking at past over loved ones, having those emotions coming back up and feeling as though, maybe wanting to appease a parent that passed over, but we never completely got that closure. I see that energetically is something of your moral compass of what you need to be in your tribe's life. This can be your kids, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister. And it's this, maybe there's heavy energy going around you and you're in the eye of the storm watching all these people going through an awakening, and it's got a little bit too much and you need a little bit of distance and a little bit of space. But I feel something in your life is changing and you're kind of observing the painting like it's going past you, but at the same time I feel it's because you're shifting. It's almost like I feel some of us in the joint connection, be it you're together or be it you're not, you're always together, because in the 4D we're clearing energy, right? 3D, 4D we're clearing energy. 5D is the highest octane of what it can be. End result. I'm sensing there is a joint frequency coming through at the moment where the conditioning and the beliefs and what we had to do, who we need to be in people's lives, it is shifting. And I feel that's perplexing for some of us. It's almost like, okay, well, it's almost like not enabling, but enabling. It's like you're trying to find that healthy boundary. I feel divine masculine shifting out of a circumstance, and there's forgiveness here, but it is almost like this rush energy of wanting to run in straight away. It's like, okay, I'm going to miss the ship. There's a whole world out there. There's a whole new destiny of potentials here. And a cycle is closing and a new one is beginning. But it's trying to find that harmony in the eye of the storm, trying to find a way to be fair, feeling like we're running out of time. I'm noticing the hourglass, almost Uranus and Taurus. It's like running out of time, standing on it. Like, there's only so long you can make a sacrifice before you have to put your foot on one side of the wall or the other. You can't tightrope it. I feel feminine's feeling this, and there could be this energy going through into the 5D to divine masculine and their guides, that there is a feeling that you have grown out of the status quo, which means both of you will shift. When you accept that inside yourself, haven't you ever noticed it's like you're kind of free, you have this purge and you feel so light, and then bang, you feel pulled back because it's anchoring divine masculine up and it's shifting their energy with you in the 3D. And so sometimes you can feel you're going backwards when it's actually not. It's that you're getting the psychic download that they're having a shift because you have accepted the fact that you've changed. And that's part of the twin flame path. That's why I'm going to do the education content. Okay, let's have a look at this. I'm hearing the term, did I say it before, tunnel vision? Hi, Lisa. I've got tunnel vision. Lovely, Lois. Yeah, it's okay. This is bizarre. Now, it may be a particular... Okay, some of you are thinking this person is not ready for commitment. And I actually think this is divine feminine, especially from the reads for next week. Go through and have a look in the membership. Very interesting. They'll be open tomorrow. So it will be earlier than this, around this time tomorrow. Okay, so divine feminines, you guys are like, this person's not ready for a relationship. I think it's the opposite. Because you got the reunion card here. It's like, this person's not ready. That they're in a karmic relationship. They're not going to move. If they haven't had to, no. But the Scorpio eclipse is probably going to kick some of our butts. It's like, you didn't want to. You had the warnings from universe. You were tight roping it left and right. Well, we'll make that decision for you. And I know, because I have Scorpio on my chart and things happen to me regularly when I don't listen. So, fear of commitment. It's like, look, maybe the situation is looking unattractive. So based on the current status of what you're seeing, you're like, it's a no deal, right? What you then have to do is inside yourself accept the fact that that's what your needs are. And as soon as you do, the 3D shifts. But you've got to stay comfortable in that belief inside yourself, because what then happens is you get your reunion. Have you ever noticed that? You're like, I'm over it. I'm going to move forward. You maybe hook up a date. And then you hear from your counterpart. Why is that? Because you accepted the status quo. And that is, it's hard to maintain. You know, have you ever looked back on your twin flame journey and saw the connections and disconnections and gone, why did that keep happening? But you're missing the point. You had a recipe there. Part of the recipe was detachment. What does detachment look like? I've had enough of this shit. Because you accept who you are. And you were supposed to do that, Dales, all the time. It's just go, it's not doing the scale of, where's the bloody ruler? Excuse me if I'm being wrong. I'm just being candid. This is who I am on your readings as well. Your private sessions, I do have a video to do for a Patreon in the house. I'll be doing that today. What can I use? Okay, so initially, I might get a ruin. It's probably telling me. Think back in the heyday. There's a pedestal, right? And on that pedestal is divine masculine. You know, do you remember back? It was like you were fiending. It's like they're a god. You're everything, but you're usually looking at it from the point of view of I see every inch of potential in you as a human being. You know, when I met my twin, I didn't know I was a twin, right? And this is relationships point blank zero. And you saw every potential, right? But you didn't see that in you. You weren't even noticing it at the time. You're just like, wow, you know, could have been dribbling, might have been going, gee, this person's the bomb. Chemistry, anger or other. You didn't have to go into it fully, you know, going, oh, I think you're the bomb. You're triggering me. Anyway, then what happens is we start shifting the balance, but we place ourselves up there. And that's, again, remember, we're yin and yang. So that's problematic. That can be coming through an overactive sacral chakra, right? Where we're physically saying, I put you up here and bad me. I'm a fool. And then we go and do that to ourselves. But we're missing the point. To get harmony and inner union, it's about actually looking and going, I actually gave permission to that, but I'm as equal as that person. I have equal abilities to be loved that much, to be looked upon as that person. And they do look at you that way, or they wouldn't keep coming back, right? But it's you that is coming to that harmony within your masculine and feminine. And both of you are doing this at the moment, just FYI, and going, I am worthy, whatever body I come in, right? Tall, skinny, big, I'm worthy. I'm lovable. And seeing you might not be able to dance with the devil where it stands, but they're going to get where they need to be. But you're going to be here. You're like, okay, I'll look at you as an equal, but I probably won't enable you if you're doing X, Y, and Z. I'm just going to put my energy here at this point. But I feel at the moment it was like we were looking at that and now we're feeling angry. And it's like, don't, just bring it down here and realize it's that person's job to ascend. And through the Scorpio eclipse, it's the Kundalini rising. So at the moment, I feel divine feminines are thinking this person's nowhere ready. Maybe my ship has sailed, right? Very Neptune and Pisces. That was making us feel delusioned, but it was showing you a flaw in the belief and a realignment that was required to get the success. How many of you got that PDF? But you got to feel that way about yourself. That's the key. That's why the coaching comes in. So it's not about him. It's about us. Which masculine, we have masculine and feminine in both of us. So what would need to happen depends on your direct circumstance inside the twin flame path. But the key for divine feminine is to understand their worth, to understand when to communicate, how to communicate, and to allow that person to come towards you. Because the temptation is going to be to go back in and be the masculine again. But some of you are just simply feeling this, it's never going to happen, right? That could be showing you that you are needing something in your life. And that's why the status quo was coming through psychologically for you. Not that it's not moving. And it doesn't mean either way, I am not here to tell you you have to be in your twin flame path. I'm not here to defend your twin flame. I'm a twin myself. Don't beat the ferryman. I'm telling you the channeled energy of what's coming through, and I'm sharing my experience as a twin of being where you've been. All right. So there is a feeling at the moment you're like, this shit's never going to happen. It's just not. Look, I do feel there's going to be a changed approach, and I do feel divine masculine is going to come through differently. For those of you who reach communication, which I do feel is still from here to the end of the year, it's moving, it's going to be on like Donkey Kong. Christmas energy keeps coming through as a time stamp. They're very anxious at the moment in their gut. And I feel it's up here. I feel the sacral chakra burning, like almost like a knot in the gut, digestion, gas, it's really churning, its nervousness. Both of you have had people in your life backstab you, okay? Both of you have maybe had, and karmics don't just come down to romantic partners. There are children, there are family members, there are co-workers, there are friendship groups. And it's almost like by the time you start counting up the bloody karmics and you're being petrified and there's a process of elimination, you realize you can't hide from all of them. And so at some point you kind of realize, well, you got to level up and you need to start creating healthy boundaries. And that could be divine masculine or divine feminine. Yeah, I told you, Moon and Taurus. Go follow Instagram. It'll give you the heads up. Have a hot chocolate because you're going to feel sick after. So manipulation. Both of you were like, okay, is this person pulling the wool over my eyes? Are they poker facing it right now? You've got to step back from it like a painting and you'll see clearly. But when we're taking things personal, we can't see clearly. How many of us do that? I feel. When we're in the I feel zone, you're not seeing things clearly. And it's okay to go, I feel. You can be feeling let down, frustrated, angry. Karmic situations can be coming up and you're going, it's not fair that they got more than me. They really don't. They really don't. Okay? But at the time you feel in the 3D they are, I don't think so. Wait for the education content. So some of you we do have trust issues, but the thing is, this is what we've got to understand. Yes, dirty deeds done dirt cheap might have occurred, right? But we feel this pull, we feel this energy. It's showing us something different. I've jumped on videos over the years and it's like, they're a narcissist. And it's like, yeah, but there could be 100 things. Is there abuse there with a substance? Is it actually that they're a narcissist, or is it avoidance and there's something to that degree going on, right? That's a different situation altogether. So you can't really tag it as that. Stay tuned for the education content or book a coaching session. But this could be going on at the moment where there is a purge, a detox, a change. And I do feel masculines are going to be owning their power, but they're going to be taking the steps with different styles of communication, reflecting back on the conversation pieces, a lot of memory. So if Divine Feminine has been looking over the memory vault of many conversations you've had in the past, it's because masculines are actually tuning into it right now. The memory system, the vault, they're going back into it and they're remembering some of the conversations you had, and that's going to be there for 7 months. But they're also going to be critiquing what they do. Are they keeping fit? Are they owning their power? Are they sticking up for themselves? And this can be one of those 2 weeks that can be quite aggressive. And I do feel this pushback, but Divine Feminines are kind of feeling, okay, can I trust my instincts? Because my instincts before have told me lies when it came to secrets. But you got to understand the secrets weren't your business. Do you know why? Don't shoot me. Listen, hear me out. Our intuition is there to guide us, but it's not to babysit a person. So don't blame yourself for things that were done behind the scene that you were not privy to. That was not your fault. But we get mad with ourselves and we're like, but I didn't know that. But no, you didn't, but because you were self-focused, and that's what we're supposed to be. So I call it the golden ticket. I gave that to you, but that was yesterday, okay? That was 10 years ago, and I'm still holding on to it, but you can't. It's going to affect your success. So you need to say to yourself when it comes up, this is a new situation. Thank you, my intuition, for telling me. But if it is not relating to me, unless I see the proof in the pudding and there is some disastrous event that occurs, I will address that if it happens. Not, because it happened 10 years ago, it's going to happen to me again. No, we learned something from that and we did fall and we did climb back up and we can do it again. And yes, our intuition is there for us, but we're also dropping it as a job. Do you understand what I'm saying? So for me, with betrayals in life, long time I would get very angry. And I am a psychic medium. And so, of course, I was getting angry. Why the fuck didn't I say that? Why? Is because it wasn't my job. And I started learning to not be codependent, and I'm still working on it. And I notice when it's coming back in a pattern, and I put myself back in my place, and I'm like, that's not your job. So that if somebody is doing that, they're doing it to themselves. Golden ticket is given. I give you a golden ticket to dance with me. Should you wish to be here and team, great. Should you not, that's for you. I'm not going to own it. I'm not going to. Could I get angry initially? Yes, because it's new. It's a new situation. Natural. But I'm also going to have the understanding it wasn't my job to go through your phone, wonder where you are, wonder if you're being honest to me. If you aren't, you're a fool because I'm coming honest to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, so the preparation and what I'm saying psychically is there could be some anxiousness. And I do feel overall, when we say they're not ready, I think it's in the emotional body, the wounds that are coming up are showing us, that in the ethereal body, we're seeing in the 3D, they're not, but they're waiting for us to, in an internal level, to clear that, to be open. And then what happens in the emotional body, the empath's body, happens in the 3D body in the masculine. I hope I've made sense. Because the two cards coming here is you better get ready, right? You better get ready. Because karmics are going to the past. And if this person was single, could be you're in a karmic relationship. Get ready. Have you got the PDF? Did you get the download? What isn't working? What would you need to let go of? Because we tend to say, oh, well, if I get a sign, why do you think you got the numbers? Why do you think you got the animal totems? Because through your awakening, you go through a chain of events, right? You go through a chain of very unfortunate events. You feel you're having a midlife crisis and you're like, that this doesn't feel like it. And universe with the fights shoves you out there for your awakening. And it's a long process. But you get the numbers. Why? Because we were connecting to Gaia. Our crown chakra was opening. You're getting all the PDF downloads, but you will become the crystal. You will become the psychic medium of trusting your intuition, building a healthy relationship with it, and attracting things to you. So at the moment, I feel your guides are showing you it's coming closer. The pressure's coming. Some change is happening. Now, lots of jealousy is coming up. Now, I do feel this. I'm going to pull a chakra card. I'm getting a feeling of communication coming in. All the karmics, look, usually, yes, slowest, but it's permission-based. We attract what we believe we deserve. So at a point, they're taking a role on, which is what I said in the reading here, to do with tribe and family, right? This is what I believe. And I can guarantee you, Dawn, look at your life. Example. What your masculine's going through, you're currently going through in your own household. Mirror. We attract these circumstances and we're like, right, I'm back to this again. I'm like, oh, shit. Why is this happening? Can you see the correlating energy? Mirror on the wall. Because we attract what we feel our roles are. So there's a big question mark over the roles we're taking at the moment. Do I have empathy and understanding? And is empathy and understanding helping the people around me ascend? I heard this video the other day, and it's like we're all going to be ascending together, you and your tribe. No, that's not how it happens. No. Look back to 2017. How many twin flames on YouTube? We thought we were going crazy. We were feeling energy. It was freaky. I'm looking at my family and I'm thinking, and I'm a psychic medium, so I don't know anything about twin flame paths. I've been channeling for years. I'm like, can you guys not feel that? They're like, what the fuck are you on about? And I said, psychically, back in 2017, 18, something big was going to happen to wake everyone up. Now, we will never wake up all at the same time. We're not supposed to. Why? If you have a bunch of wounds down, right, really heavy, a lot of you will have these coming up and they feel traumatic to resolve. Universe will slow that down. If you get to the point, because you end up having a soul walk-in because your ascension gets that aggressive, it's almost like it's hit your face and you can't function anymore and you're purging, all processes of your body can't handle it. It's too much. We had the Schumann resonance raising to 100 and something. That was back when we had Chiron and Pisces. So yes, the collective is waking up, but where do we get first? Very egoic. I know better. This is how tribe's done. I think it's so unique that we're going to have Pluto and Aquarius. I'm like, breakdown of groups. Groups can be codependent. So initially we feel we're the black sheep of the family, but actually are we? Because we had to learn by being the black sheep in the family to be independent and not to seek outside yourself. We are the catalyst to waking up. So yes, I'm sorry, we have hard yards. You know, it's like, I'm the outsider. They always pick on me. You're damn straight my whole freaking life, right? And then I looked at it with so much love. I was like, wow. You can't lead if you are following sheep. You lead by seeing things in different ways. By having adverse circumstances, there is light and dark, and both has to exist. You won't motivate yourself if everything was neutral. All right. So, jealousy and insecurity at the foundation needs to be addressed. There's triggers coming up. There's fear-based frequency. There's competitions. There's fear-based, right? Can it be lack mentality? Yes. It then affects our money? Yes. Justice. There could be a circumstance that we need to deal with that could need signing. Hi, Carrie. It could be something to do with contract that we're addressing. It might be changes of jobs. It could be a divorce that needs to go through. I do feel masculines are looking at this at the moment. Old situations of the past that need addressing that haven't been balanced. Even if we don't want to, it's like we're seeing for sustainability, and it's just a term I'm using, why I don't know, that we have to. But you're going to get a happy outcome, right? You need to find a way. I said this in 2017, 18. Chiron and Pisces kicked my butt. So much ascension, it was disgusting. And of course, my Neptune's, I think it's my Neptune. Yeah, I think my Neptune's in Pisces. Very psychic. I was having a lot of psychic attacks. I'm like, what? I'm not even thinking about you when it's coming through divine masculine. Don't think all of what you are doing is for nothing. Don't listen to any of that crap that says, but I'll never get my union. That is not true. When you quit on yourself, no, you won't, because you must meet your union with self, which is being calm and going, I'm deserving. And once you can get to that and you can do that, you're alchemizing that pretty much instantly. That's why doing the work is so key. But just say to yourself, the work I'm doing on myself is not for nothing. Has anything you've ever done in your life been for nothing? You might have gone into a management position and left it had it ended up being for nothing. Never. I had a subscription on my website for 7 months. I've learned so much. And what the solution was right under my nose. So it was not for nothing, right? Nothing's for nothing. Stop thinking you've wasted your time. Your life is worth it. Now, do things that are purposeful for you. But I feel at the moment you're kind of like, there's a reshift. I feel there's a juggling of pieces, a reconnecting of pieces here. There is a celebration. There's something exciting. Some of you got a birthday coming up. There could be an event coming up. This could be, it feels a celebration. It could, I know you said something, Lois, that you were going to something, a celebration. It could have been a wedding or where is it? Let's read further in the house. Oh, mate, if I may to the members give some, I have in the coaching sessions given information in relation to the style of karmics that were in counterparts' life. And I'm telling you, I'm glad I'm feminine. Because if I was there masculine, ooh-ee. Initially, maybe not, but the person I am today, ooh-ee. To the left. Cray would be an understatement. Anywho, I should give a shout out to my soul sister, the lunatic astrologer. Here's for you, girl. She was having, years ago, when I've been actually on YouTube almost, I've been running the business for 7 years. Psychic medium, astrology, ascension, now education, wedding. There you go. So there's something as an outcome And I feel that's how do I explain it? Slow down, Yildiz. Too much Mars and Gemini. It feels, usually when my guides give me a time, number one, they're mentioning Christmas and they're saying there's a lot of pressure. Something before, you have to get ready before Christmas. That's one message. Please do. The other, especially because Mercury is going retrograde, the other is in a timestamp, I feel divine masculine wants a situation sorted before Christmas. Right? They're like, no. Every time I'm doing a reading, the bonbon card keeps coming up, and other cards that to me is showing the energy of that place in time, and they're getting pissed at it. So it's like the pressure's on. I need to do something. I want to get my life in order. I need to hack some things out of it. Things aren't working. It's almost like seeing yourself on the map and it's like, wow, I made a plan and, very unfortunate events kind of happen, but I'm still not at that point. And so it's like a time frame they're giving themselves and this leap of faith. And these celebration cards that are coming through are showing me also around that time, I just see something shifting, all right? Some of you could be thinking, hey, if I go to this party, if I do this thing, am I going to hear from the person? It's like I'm saying, don't stress, because this is the long term. And it's showing me that some plan is there. There's some surprise. Some of you could be getting gifts too. So anyway, the lunatic astrologer, love it a bit. Wishing her the very best. She's been unwell, and she was eating on her video, and I was laughing as I was watching it, not because I have an issue, because to me, I think the best thing in the channels that we love the most are the most candid channels. Now, do I try to keep up appearance on this channel? Yes, but no. I do, out of respect, because I do know audio quality is important. Yes, I am getting another microphone because this one is expensive, but it's crap. Visual is important. All right. So the poor woman was actually, she's sick. She's got variant. She's recovering. She's eating Mandarin, I believe. And I thought, this is going to go down in Hades, because people are, unfortunately, there is tradition, right? We all come from tradition and culture in some shape, which is our belief systems. And it's, my grandmother was, you're seen and you're not heard. And so, of course, she was eating on YouTube, and somebody complained. That's like, they're choices. We're visiting channels. They're choices. And some of us talk so much we get thirsty, right? And some of us even miss our lunch being YouTubers. So pardon me, enjoy coffee with me. It's my brekkie. Yeah, I'm on the run. So what do I see? I do see, okay, some of you are going to be like, a major decision. I'm hearing a major decision. I've got to get on with this. We've got super chats here. What the heck? Somebody's mentioning my channel on Instagram. Yes, I'm putting a lot more content up there at the moment. I hope you guys are enjoying it, that follow. I'm going to have a live schedule on there too. Yes, I had to tell my ego mind is okay to be 4 hours away from. Yes, live. That's one of the best things, best pieces of advice I can give you is don't put your life plans on hold. Don't get scared. I'm telling you, it don't matter where you are, they'll find you. You can't hide. You wish you could. Connect back with your life. It's okay. You can go out in public. I'm probably not this month, but you get my gist. It's connect with life. Be present. Live your life like every moment counts. If we can't invest in our life, how the heck are we going to expect divine masculine to? Because we're not placing ourselves as a priority. So if it's a business, if it's a hobby, I was thinking about Giggle the other day. I saw this beautiful piece of art that was created on YouTube. And it was blowing the gold with the oils and I was like, wow, God, I miss my creativity. I get mine through my YouTube thumbnails and education content these days. But I did want to be an artist. I'm very good at art. Anywho, won a few competitions in my day, got into uni for it, and went a separate way. Anywho, such is life. We are where we are. What am I saying? Reunion's here. Like, it's coming, okay? But you've got to find that harmony. You've got to have that confidence in what choice you're ready to make. And I do feel there's a choice. You feel like you're being pulled in two directions. Make a choice where you wish to stand and go with it, but accept it. And stop going back in the head and going, that I should have been where I should have been. And it's like, just accept where you want to go. What could that look like? I should have got my shit together by now and I should have moved on. Well, why? Would you have still been thinking about this now and healing? Then you are where you are. And do you accept where you are? But there is this union energy coming, but it's your disbelief in the protection and feeling a bit anxious. Some of you may have an opportunity coming and you're second guessing it. Don't allow the wounds to, prevent you, because there is a transformation here, but you've got to get back into your bliss. You are going to get some happy news, and some of you are going to hear of separations. I don't mean to, look, I'm just showing you the cards. It's like you could be really over the moon if you hear a person separate. It could be like an aha moment. Each to their own, right? Okay. What are they trying to show me here? Some of you are thinking I need to, how would I explain this? It's like, the mind being too overactive is taking you down the rabbit hole, and it's like almost needing a hobby so that we don't go insane. You're going to hear some gossip through the grapevine, though. I do feel some gossips coming. I do feel masculine is working quite a lot at the moment, and they're trying to find this harmony, but they're doing work. They're doing work so they can move towards you, so that they can actually show consistency. So if there has been a request or a notion that you say, well, hey, what I feel would be movement is X, Y, Z, I feel they're actually dealing with it now. Now, in Divine Feminine's world, I'm actually seeing this is two's company, three's a crowd energy with my channeled messages. And I feel it's like you're ready for a partnership, but there's these wounds and you're thinking, okay, am I ready for a partnership? I don't necessarily feel is the divine masculine ready. I feel there could be a question, is that person single? Is that person free? But I do feel you guys are ready to have a connection. There's ready for this connection. There are wounds, though, to do with betrayals of the past that are cropping up. Now, like I said, dolls, this can be intimate wounds from your childhood. If something terrible happened to you, this transit is going to bring these up. Don't walk away from it. Look at it and go, look, how do we do it? We go from being the child, right? And then raising above it and having that love for yourself and saying, but I can protect myself now. I'm a different person. So it's a different way that you can look at it, to sort of take yourself out of your body and look at it. But these wounds potentially can come up. So like I said, do the detox, and it's going to help you trying for courage and for detoxing. And that's going to help you actually look at these, even if there was hurts from the past, if there was a betrayal that happened in your connection, and there's these feelings that you maybe were blindsided or felt that you were in competition with another person and you weren't key. Making yourself key now is going to bring that harmony back in. But I feel it is going to the past. Some old situation is going to the past, but you've got to let it go. And my guides were saying, get a hobby, get on top of your business, do the things that are taking you to your bliss. It's going to help give you the courage, but also exercise and things like that to get that anger and frustration out. Yeah, focus on things that take you to your bliss. So I feel you're trying to get yourself occupied because you're too much in your mind, but you also feel you want to know. You want a higher position. It's almost like the name on Facebook. You want the status on Facebook. Be careful of manipulation, okay? Now, that's not to say, I want to say this. I'm going to pull a clarify, and I do feel it's 50-50. Some of you are thinking, what the heck do I need to do to turn this ship around? Sometimes you don't need to do anything. You just need to accept the fact that things take time, and that frustrates us. We hate that word. Divine timing, because you're kind of feeling, look, this has been taken from me. How do I swing this back in my power? By owning your power, what does that look like? Okay, this is what I need. Could be that you're hanging out with them. Could be that they're in a karmic relationship. It might be that they come in and out, and you can just look, it can be something as simple as chucking a text and saying, look, I'm just going to make a statement piece. It's not a question, it's a statement. The way I see a relationship is XYZ. Not, don't even mention the karmic or the past. What I need in a relationship is communication, movement. It could be a conversation 3 times a week, dinner, coffee, not being friends. We have friends. You don't want to be their friend. If you want to be their friend, you're feeling you can't be their partner. You don't want to be their friend. We have friends, and it's like hanging a piece of cheese in front of a mouse, and it's like, I can do this. Now, some of us will attract that into our life because there's a wound that we need to heal, and we address it, and we then don't feel in competition, and it's healthy. Not that it's healthy doing it all the time, but it shows you something inside yourself, and generally it will be attracted into your life because of something that happened in a past life. But I do feel in an instant, it's almost like you're feeling this nervousness that the one that got away is going to get away again. But I feel you kind of like, try, I'm begging you. Don't use that scorpionic energy nasty. It will backfire in our face. I honestly am telling you, feminines, because A, it's in the moon, which is women. B, it is can be accidentally sending a dirty photo. Just be careful because Mars will be going retrograde and things will be exposed. And that's even for the best of us. And I wouldn't call myself the best. Right? So be careful of manipulation, but I feel this is on. It's almost like you feel, okay, in saying this, would it be manipulative? No, if it's a statement piece and you're saying, these are my needs, you got to look at it in context. All of you are so very different in your twin flame path, right? So be careful of that. Sit with your anxiousness, understand it. There is some shit going down with karmic. I can tell you that. It's coming up in your minds, but you're thinking about it. It's you thinking about it. Thanks, Star. You're thinking about it. So you're kind of like, okay, is there a karmic? Is that the issue? Is that the hold up? If the karmic's not there, then why is there no movement? I'll be silly to deal with this if there is. But you can't deal with anything that you don't see. Does that make sense? So if you're kicking your butt saying, well, I don't even know if this person is being an emperor or, mucking about on me, stop owning that. Use protection. Ask the pivotal questions. Don't avoid the elephant in the room. But also don't own their responsibility. That's not your job, right? You're you. You're showing up as you choose to. You're stating what you need. If they have any of those, that's their job, right? So if you're worried, is something hiding me? Thanks, Giggle. I knew you're on the ball. You're trying to be rational with us. You understand maybe because you've had a separation or dealt with the karmic cycle before. So it's not you don't understand. Some of you might be going through a clearing and a healing relating to the karmic. But you also feel if that was to continue in the status quo, that would be an issue. Now, Divine Masculine's looking at it. Okay, they know that something has not been going according to plan, right? They're like, okay, Divine Masculine is feeling all these delayed emotions. They've got a lot of chemistry towards you at the moment. They just want to come and hang out with you. They want to be around you. They're not. It's almost like it was nothing they didn't know. They always knew that they were very attracted to you, but it's all these feelings. It's almost like being starving and needing to eat. They're having this vibration at the moment, but they're not surprised. They're really like, okay, I need to address things. I'm not surprised by these things. I have these emotions coming up in me. And I feel it's that they want to come towards you. They've got a lot of attraction too. They were trying to control things in the past. Some of this can be old patterns that are coming back, but I don't think these are bad things. I think it's more that they are owning their masculinity, looking at the person that they used to be before, maybe before they gave their power away, and having this revelation of what power actually isn't. It's the power of choice, right? It's not necessarily the muscles, but it's okay. This is my power and this is my choice in my life. I do feel towards any third party situations. Yes, initially, the reason why maybe they were enabling these individuals is because they had empathy, but it was because that was their shadow of who they used to be. But I feel that they're looking at this going, I need to be sympathetic towards myself of having to endure this, and it has not been fun, and I don't feel they're too impressed by those things. They know that intuitively you knew this, but maybe they haven't been discussing it with you, and they've been trying to make out that everything was fine. This is the way it is. And that's not for all of them, but I am seeing from a psychic point of view, they kind of get worried that you can see beyond the veil, and that concerns them. There is a person in their life that is absolutely sorting them off at the moment. I do, look, this can be, look, between now and the moon, it could be a partner, a wife, a mother, a sister, and most of them past partners, right? They are looking at these people in a different way. They are looking at these people as maybe never saying the world, but offering them not as much as what was possible, right? This is going to come up, moving to the moon. Things are going to come to a head, and it can be that they're actually looking at this point blank, Zara, you're not teaming with me. And if this is a memory, this is closure. This is closure and an opening. This can be also a revelation of why you are unmotivated by their attitudes and demeanor, is because you have reached a new cycle in your life, and so they're following suit, so to speak. I feel in order to have success, this revelation is where it's taking them, but it's almost like they physically know the tower has to come down. The tower can be a revelation, and I just feel it's a confrontation. I feel it's almost accepting the status quo of where they stand and then going, but is this all I want? No, it's not. So I feel it's in the quietness. I'm going to pull a tarot card. I don't know why I'm seeing the Hermit card in tarot. It came up quite a bit this morning. Yeah, it's like, I'm not believing you. I'm not believing you. You're not doing anything. But they're going through the same thing, dolls. So in their life, they're looking at you as the star. And if you haven't been relating to them the same way, and maybe you've been apologizing or going into silence or making statements, it's like they're digesting all of that now. And they're kind of looking at it going, Divine Feminine is ready to pull the pin, right? Or needing more and giving less. Yeah, they didn't want to argue. They've been conflicted in their minds. I just had the rainbow song somewhere over a rainbow. Yeah, almost feeling like your dream is a distant thing. I'm happy to see that. This is like getting out of their head. They already know what they want to do. They already know what they want to do. Do they feel like a jerk for having to do it? Yeah, but they feel like a jerk for not doing it. Catch-22. Yeah. Okay, are we going to get a tower? Let's ask. Let's clear this up and ask if we're going to get a tower. Because the funny thing is, I can honestly tell you this is the first reading in a while I have not got any downloads about the karmic. I don't actually think Divine Masculine is thinking about the karmic from a point of view of what needs to be resolved, tied out, cut. Their whole energy is focused on their behavior at the moment and what they would need to do to come towards you and why you have related to them in that fashion. So I think they got your PDF, dolls. But last week there was the karmic energy there. There was, having empathy and understanding maybe and feeling guilty, but your reunion card's here. So something's in the mix, something's moving. You guys might not be as ready as you think. I do remember years ago, Giggle said to me, what would you do if your twin come to the door? I almost threw up. I thought I got my life together. I was like, look. Why? Because energetically, the first thing I think is, what scary thing's going to happen this time? Is it going to be okay? Am I safe? Yeah, well, you made it. You are. You're safe. But you get anxious. You're sort of thinking, and nothing in life is guaranteed, but one thing that is that you've learned a lot and you will relate to it differently. So you will be safe. You get what I'm saying? If you needed to pull a toenail out early, you'd pull it out early. Do you guys want me to pull on a question, not relating to you in the collective? Like, is there something in particular you want to know what's going on with the connection, the divine collective connection? And then we'll go into super chats. Any particular thing that you've been stuck with? We do coaching in the, which we will be doing more of soon in the members. Any questions? What have we been going through? Any kind of trivial energy? In what context? Anyone can fit our life when we have self-focus and we're focused on the things. Usually a person that's in a karmic relationship is not, they're generally not being themselves. So what you're seeing is a show of an expectation of how, have you ever thought that in life? It's like you're in a relationship and there's an expectation, and you find, you know, sometimes when you view your twin or you see their behavior totally at left field, and it was usually in your twin flame path, potentially you were enabling quite a bit and they were being quite candidly themselves. So when you then see them in a karmic relationship and they're dressing differently, they're acting differently, you're like, is that the new you? No, it's not. They're acting out what that person needs them to be, and that's not maintainable permanently. You crack me up, Giggle. Because as I said to you, doll. Okay, so I guess we're going on to super chats. Yeah, well, you would be charmed because Mars is in Gemini. I'll try and see if I can do a Mars and Gemini energy update. It is going to be a long one. We might as well get it done. 7 months, geez. We don't need to be something for somebody else. We need to be ourselves. And if you think of the burden it would be is to fake facade, the mask, right? You get tired of it. You get shitty. Okay, let's look at Giggles. Giggle had the first super chat up, and then we've got Marie. Question, why would Waldo say all that, then go silent? I feel it is because leave it, don't communicate, go into absolute ghostly silence. You put a statement out there, put your money where your mouth is, and it's their test, not yours. If they said continue messaging and they're chucking you a text, great. The next time they message, you then have your ammo of saying, okay, give me a buzz. And then you can be saying, this is what how did your week go? Number one, what was going on? Number two, this is how I see, for me, a relationship, what it looks like, and go from there, right? But I would say cleaning up shop at this point. Okay, you're like, really? Don't get paranoid. That's A. Don't get paranoid. This goes in your favor. You have information is power. Information is also has a great responsibility, right? So you had a conversation. I also know that your twin is an Aries. And so there could be some cleaning shop they're doing. I don't think that they have changed their mind. I think they're hurrying. They're getting things done, right? They got a lot to tie up in a very short space of time. I do feel they're working quite a bit. You're worried because of karmic energy, right? It could be. I don't think so. I feel you're like, okay, is it me or is it them? Do you get what I'm saying? So it's making you tense because of crap in the past. This is a test for them, not for you. The test is there also for you spiritually to sit with it with your truth and what you need and say, okay, well, you said this. You're wondering if the cycle is in fact over. I think it's all to do with work. I don't think it's to do with you. You know, they pride their work. But they're tightening shop. Okay, let's pull clarifier. Because you're kind of freaking out going, okay, is there a karmic? If there is, you gave them the clarity. You've created the boundary. That is why the person has made the statement. They know that if they want to be with you, this is how it has to be, right? So they've already got that PDF. They also know, okay, well, you better hurry up, you know, because A, I'm ready for a relationship. B, I don't want any karmics around. So I get that this person is rushing, but I also get that they know that this will be a non-negotiable. Does that make sense, Giggle? Maybe because if that person was in and out, they're like hurrying up to get it done. I think it's work. Okay, let's pull. Why silent? I'll pull 3 cards. I just see work crap. You know, who was it? Selena Gomez. I noticed she's got a channel and it's shorts. So cute. I love it a bit. And there was one and she went, you know, why do men think? And she went, do men think? Yes, but no. Men do, right? But it's we think too much. If we had, I mean, we should have done really well at science as feminists. Think about it. How many of us did well at science? I know I didn't. And I love science. I probably would do really well now. Why? Because I like dissecting everything. What did that word mean? So, okay, 3 cards. We've got the separation card here. It's already in the past. The work is the karmic. Yeah, but was he the karmic to work? You know, sometimes when we're focusing on a karmic, we let our work go by the wayside. I don't know. I did that in my twin flame path. I did that in connections. Everyone else can have a career. I can't have a career. I don't really call this a career. I call it a passion, a calling. So, the 3 cards. Separation. Okay? Things from the past getting cleared out. He's jumping in. Right. He actually feels as though, you know, did he move towards you too quick? No, I don't think so. Is this person a pain in the butt? Yes, but I do feel a lot of work here. I feel he's already accepted that he's coming towards you. He's planning, mapping, getting things ready. But he's masculine, okay? I'm Tarzan. You're Jane. I'm on my way, baby. That's kind of the energy. I'm sorry, that's who your twin is. And I have spoken to your twin before, so me, Tarzan, you, Jane. Giggle, get used to it. Sit on your tougher. Eat your curds away. Don't get scared off. It's on its way. Deborah. Was it Deborah next? Oh my God, and he's thinking about you a lot. He's giving me a headache. Is it you or is it him? Oh, I'm getting a headache. Oh, Lord. Yes. Look, we didn't want to be a masculine friend. I'm a masculine in my own life these days, the things I need to do. What is the eclipse bringing for you? Now, do you want to go by intuitive energy, Marie, or do you want to go by star sign? I'll pull some cards. The eclipse for you. Oh, gosh. Okay, there's messiness. I do see messiness, but there's a cleaning up of situations. I can see family members around you at the moment, and I don't know whether there's something that needs to be done with. Maybe. I feel a lot of people. What's with all the people? You're not next. Who was? Are you sure? You and Giggle. Is it Marie? I'm wondering if I should just finish Deborah. Where am I? It is further up. I thought I put Marie up. Marie, yeah. I said Marie. My mum is in the hospital. Yeah, like, okay, so why am I seeing a lot of people around you? Because I can see family members and I can see people commuting in a house and a lot of the busyness, resolving conflict and disputes and things like that. There's a lot of that going on and multitasking. I just feel it does feel dark, but it feels like there's a lot to organize. Why are so many people in one house? Is it because mum's unwell? Yeah, I'm feeling it. Oof. Are you the shortest in the family? Giggle stop. You love him. Don't mean we can't parent it and go, oh. I'm telling you, they are very traditional. Maybe that's why some of it wasn't balanced. There's a lot. Well, I have 3 kids. Yeah, I know, but it's the siblings, doll. It's the siblings. Now, they're showing me, and I don't know whether this is their energy or it could be dramas or dominance. It could be that your height is different to the others. Are they taller than you? Because I'm seeing them hovering over you for some reason. So that can be the demeanor of how they're coming through spiritually, or it could be the physical height. But they're showing me that frequency. Does that make sense? Excuse me. Now, your mum, why am I getting energy down here? Is it her sacral chakra? Is she anxious? I get lower body, higher. Could be her uncomfortableness. They're trying to bring you down. They're very, just white noise, leave it. Do you have to be at the house? I would just tap out. Because they're making some reference to your accommodation. Why are they mentioning that? Are you physically living there? Please tell me you're not a Leo. Leos, I can't wait for your update. I already talked to Leo next. She knows the deal. You're not a Leo, are you? Could also be Cancer. So it's happening in the hospital. Classy. I knew it. Okay, my guides are showing me. Okay, Leos. We have the eclipse happening in your Scorpio house, right? Scorpio links to your home zone, your family, your tribe. Lots of wounds are going to come up, right? Don't be the mediator. Have the courage to dig into the wounds. Oh, gosh, how could it come up? Sexual wounds could come up. Crap to do with abuse. People not believing you. Also a feeling that you can't depend on people, that you're the victim. But it's also showing you what isn't working, and it's showing you what could work. New opportunities for moving in with partners is possible. There's a little snippet of the eclipse, but I will go into it further in. So now it's to do with your sacral chakra, owning your power and saying, this is where acceptance in our soul path comes from. Twin flame or not. Soul path calling is what's not working, and you would have seen this back in August. Combination between career and home and trying to balance that ship. And Scorpio went to the South Node, which was almost forcing you to stay there. And now it's going to be kicking your butt out. All right. It's like there's movement happening now. But this could be resolving, a lot of healing happening in family, move into the adversity, address the things. If it means you're crying, get that thing out. But it also can be where you directly can meet somebody, but don't look at a partner as a solution, because those wounds are still going to be there, right? And so we're then going to have this catch-22. Well, I've had that crap over there, and am I going to jump back in the witch's cauldron over here? Do you get what I'm saying? But twin is not to resolve your conflict, darling. That's the problem, and that's why it continues to happen. Is because think about it this way. If your twin had conflict with their family, would you go and tell their family off? Our twins aren't allowed to enable, so it doesn't happen. So then we're sitting there. It could be that we're in a karmic relationship and all we want is the green light, right? And it doesn't come. It's because the universe, they don't do anything you're not wanting. And it's these cycles of closing, be it it's with people passing or people getting sick or a hurricane hitting. It's to do with us looking at where we are in our life and what wounds come up. Doesn't mean that we're loved or we're not loved. If somebody passed over, we'd still love them. So just because in the 3D of what we're seeing, it doesn't mean that you're not loved. Does that make sense? But there's a healing opportunity here for you between now and the eclipse to resolve childhood, to create stability for you. And also it could be that you purchase a house over the next 6 months, right? But decisions, major decisions for your stability are being made at the moment. Pull 3 cards. Yeah, disillusioned, right? You're like, this is a nightmare. Where's my dream? Accept the disillusionment, and now it shows you what you don't want, right? And now what to do from here, which is planning. It's like, right, okay. Instead of feeling I've got to appease these people or make them someone they're not, I'm going to accept it. I'm going to forgive it, however it is, right? Sticking up doesn't mean that they're going to change, right? It's saying, you know, sticking up also can be, I don't need to explain myself to them. I don't need their affirmation, confirmation, forgiveness. I accept that inside me. That's all I need. I hand myself. You can go that white noise route. You know, that's what they will do, potentially. But also sticking up for yourself isn't about, you know, the white noise. It's, is it ever going to change? So, you know, sticking up for yourself, you've got to do it again. If the status quo of the environment isn't shifting, we then have to see, are we part of the problem? Okay, can we shift ourselves elsewhere and we can have a great life? Do you know what I mean? So at the moment, it's being like, I have to understand there's these things coming up. That's kind of getting a bit old for you at the moment. So you're kind of like, oh my God, you know, I can't keep doing this, and the finances are an issue. And maybe if I was in a partnership, it would be easier. Wish I had more freedom. This is so relevant to Leo right now. But you know, right, ascension, spirituality, and belief. All of us, masculines, feminines, we all have good and hard times. But what it is showing you is you have done it all, darling. You have been looking after yourself. You probably have been doing more than looking after yourself, which means you can actually do it on your own. Does that make sense? But you could have a sudden move. Yes, it could be that you're moving with a partner. It could be. Opportunities, big changes, purchasing of houses over the next 7 months or so. I'd say, could we say, it should ease up, but I definitely see this window for you of changes where it's coming to your own life, you know, and the changes you make now are going to dictate it. But there has been lots of healing. You've had the South Node in Scorpio, you know, in your home zone, so it's been a little bit tough. But I do see a change there. But yeah, I do feel a phone call coming through, but I also feel you're feeling the kind of rumbles of the direct environment. I hope that helps. I hope it helps anyway. You could also be concerned about mum, you know, energy, belief, transcendence, transcending over. The guides know. Do you get what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. Who do we have next, Google? Yeah, and just go easy. It's hard for you guys, but you'll feel a bit better as Saturn goes direct. And then we have Jupiter going direct, and it'll be all on like Donkey Kong. Take care, doll. Is it okay? Who do we have? So we had Ray, Kerry. What star sign is she? Let me think. Anyone with like heart chakra energy, you do need to look after their heart chakra moving into eclipse. It is a you. Is it you next, Kerry? It's research. Oh, I don't bloody know. I'm not very good today, am I? Research clue after Marie. I'm bloody confused. How far back did we go? Okay. Research clue. What would you like to know? Yeah, it's a bit boggled today. We'd think we were still in blooming Mercury retrograde. It's because they came in really early, and I've got to, usually when they're all in one location, it's easy to, you know. So a Sag, let me think, Taurus. Oh, with the eclipse, maybe, but it'll be the second one. Uranus and Taurus. Maybe. We do have the Faith card, but she is, protected. But with Sag, there's got to be so many placements, to energetically tune into that. Mars will be transiting through her 7th house. The moon, the eclipse, Cancer, is in her 8th house, which is very scorpionic in nature, and 12th house of Scorpio. A possibility. But her soul dial is so peaceful. I'll just be honest with you. It's very at peace. So I got a good feeling for her. Like, she's very at peace. DMA, Divine Masculine, you want me to know? Let's see. Yeah, she's very peaceful. She's happy. She's content. Masculine energy on the other side, they said. Oh, wow. Okay, research. There's some dramas going on with your twin. It's not coming up in your energy. There's a problem happening on their side of the fence. Or you may actually get communication if you're not already in communication. There's a lot. Ooh, it feels yucky. They're mad, sticking up for themselves, putting their foot down. They're thinking about you. Like, they got faith in you. You're not the issue. They feel they've been mean to you. They feel that they were harsh. I'm hearing the term premature. Yeah, they're like so mad at themselves. So mad at themselves. That's okay, Marie. You're most welcome. Yeah, something's not working. It could be with a person that they knew. Research clue, this could be a karmic. It just feels they're putting their foot down. They're really pissed. They're actually seeing you as the glory box. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, you're so simple to be with. You're so simple to energetically deal with. So they're all compliments to you at this point. They feel very nervous. No, I wouldn't say nervous, pissed off. They're peeved off right now. They're hoping to goodness that you'd be open to a connection, right? They really hadn't valued you the way that they should have. And it was by no means an insult to you. That like, they're literally feeling it was no means an insult to you. It kind of felt as though they just weren't in that headspace. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it wasn't a personal thing. They just weren't in that headspace. They haven't been enjoying their time with situations. Some frustrations come up. But I feel it's going to the past. I feel they're getting the courage to come. But yeah, really angry at themselves. It's like, why am I putting up with this crap when I could be having, you know, some beautiful. So it's like they're leveling up and they're coming towards you. But I feel it's really positive. I honestly do. The anger might continue. And I even came through in the masculine, feminine, and karmic for volume 4. You know, aggression. It's happening earlier for your twin. They're a bit ahead. Okay. I hope that helps. But I do see maybe a telephone call. Do you have? I can see near the kitchen that is it a bit dark near your kitchen and your telephone where you talk. Do you have an old telephone? Why am I seeing an old bloody telephone? A traditional style, or it could be a deck where you actually pick it up. But I can see a wall. Could be their house they're showing me. Could be yours. I'm not sure here, but they're showing me a wall, the kitchen, a telephone. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Whose house are we talking about here? I try to not get angry at my guides and just go with what they're showing me, because as soon as they start chatting and showing me images, it's like, look, this is what I'm being shown. Crap. Good old delay with technology. Okay. I have an old telephone. Okay, in the basement, where have you positioned it? Because it felt dark. Wherever this bloody phone was, it was dark. Is there a couch down there? Where are you taking me? Good on you, guides. Is that near a wall? Is it like, okay, physically. Did you position the telephone underneath your kitchen? Okay, now is there a staircase? It's the back of that room, because you come down and I'm saying you go backwards. Fucking basements. They're always taking me there. Good old Halloween. There is a wall, right? I'm saying a wall. Is it adjacent to the kitchen above it? Does that make sense? Okay, what are they showing me? They're showing me green. Is there something there? There you go. Is there something there that your twin gave you? They're showing me this telephone. They're showing me there is a telephone call, right? They're also showing me something to do with your basement. But there must be a reason for you to go downstairs, love, right? But there's something to do with that room. I feel a smudger. I don't get any bad vibes. I don't feel anything negative. I do feel my guides are showing me that you need to make room because you could be having people coming. Maybe you've been thinking or having an inkling, I've got to throw some things out I need to clean up. But I'm seeing a makeover in that room. And I'm also seeing that there's some connection to the telephone. So it's either you've got to take it upstairs. It could be a metaphor, or it could be that there's something down there, but they're making reference to it, right? So if you need to, go downstairs. But I do feel my guides are showing me you're going to make room. There could be people coming, telephone call coming in, smudge the room. What else are they showing me? Is there a link to both you and your twin with anything down there? Well, this is how channeled messages start. They always start with, it's permission based. You know, your guides will not let you read a person unless it's permission based, unless their auras, unless their guard is down. And once you get the first, it unlocks it and the rest flows and the information comes. So, okay, turn it. Okay, let's read this. I work in the basement and all the equipment is downstairs. I have a lot of crystals and smudge down there. Okay, well, there's something whatever you're doing down there. So does the phone work? Because it could be that's what they're saying. The phone call comes through on that physical phone line. They're also showing me a different phone, which is, I think it feels more black than silver, but it's a more modern where you put it on the dial and you pull it off. I see work becoming busier. It could be that you need to get things ready, right? Lots of 5D for years. Something's moving in that domain. I see a phone call. I see busyness. I see that becoming a different space. So the makeover may be that everything is changing, but it does feel quickly, whatever that is. And I definitely see you getting visitors. I have been. Yeah. Get ready for a phone call. PM me on the website or here if you get it. Who should we have next? Thank you for that. You know, that was a blast. Is Marie still in the house? Who's the gentleman who's passed over? That mum knows. There's a male energy there. Who do we have next? Research clue. Carrie! I'll star that so I don't bloody lose it. Hi, Carrie. You'd love a super chat. Did you get your things sorted with Google? Let's see. Oh, Carrie, are you back at the farm? Look after yourselves out there. I know, I think it's New South Wales, Queensland, you know, all the weather warnings closer to the eclipse. I was watching a documentary the other day. There's tectonic plates out there and old volcanoes that nobody knew about. And I didn't know that. I kind of had a feeling. I always saw a point. I think it'll be more in 2023. The area between, you know, I think it's New South Wales and New Zealand. That area I've been seeing activity, and I kept hearing the burning ring of fire. So I think it'll come through maybe in a snippet this year, but more so mid next year we're going to see it. Yeah, maybe the beginning. So anyway, I better go back to what I was saying before I go off on a tangent. Okay, so you're back at the farm. What were they showing me? There's a funny energy. Do you feel a bit anxious? Because you're getting things done, right? You're getting things done, but there's something you feel a bit funky about. You feel a bit, it could be like excitement, it might be nervousness, but there's something funky. There's something funky in the, I think a particular room needs clearing. Yeah, I feel a room needs clearing. Are you still out in the bloody shed all the time? You're spending a lot of time in one location. My guides today are so bloody random. Do you have a pregnant horse? Or is he going back into breeding? I can see a pregnant horse. What the devil is going on here? I'm on a trip. You may. In the heart, you're trying to have faith, but you're bouncing. You're still bouncing. It's perfectly normal. It's not abnormal. You're pretty busy, though. You're going to be really busy, right? But I get this feeling of you're swinging between faith and lack of faith. I'm silly. No, I know it to be true. I'm silly. I know it to be true. Look, are you having a great life? You are. But you're doing that shadow energy in the frequency. I literally do see a phone call. Like, I literally do see a phone call. Outdoors, yeah, because I'm saying it's either the barn or where the horses are. I'm seeing the corner of rain. I'm seeing you spending a lot of time out there. It's actually, you're enjoying the fresh air. Do you know what I mean? I'm seeing a pregnant horse. So this could be a nearby farmer. It might be that you're called during the storm, but they're mentioning pregnant horse. So it could be that your brother's looking at it and it's like, should we go into breeding? It could be your childhood and your shadow energy. It's something maybe you experienced. This could be a spirit animal that's coming through. Maybe it was a foal that you were there for when it was born, and it's a horse that is now in the here and now in the 3D or passed over. But there's an energy of a foal. I think they call it foal. You know what I mean? But that was one message that came through. Thanks for that. Okay, can we move on with Kerry's reading now? I see a phone call coming through, but I feel on the day that you receive it, I feel you'll be a bit down. Just unmotivated. Do you know what I mean? It's like almost like you're going with the day, you're feeling like it's never going to be. And I do get a phone call coming through. I'm going to pull a chakra card because it's sort of like you're not expecting it. This could be a text message. Yes, I do actually feel it's a phone call. Be interesting to see how this plays out. Could it be gossip? It could be gossip, but my guides say it's a phone call. You know? So, was that horse yours? Were you there for its birth or something? What's the metaphor behind the horse? This is why when they show you things as a guide, initially when you get it wrong, you think you got it wrong, but you haven't. You just haven't asked the right question. Keep it in mind, get back to me, because once you know what I'm talking about, there'll be a second part to the story. That's the way it goes. They're like, I can't tell you anymore till you go, okay, I've connected the dots. Could be to do with your dad, doll. I don't know. But there is something in the vault that you need to remember. He is around you, right? But your third eye is going to be quite active as well. You're trying to keep an open mind. You're trying to stay present. Look at this. Closing of the eyes and connecting. Feeling connected, like I taught you. Keep doing that. But don't just believe you can have it in the 5D. You can have it in the 3D. But at the moment, your mind is like, no, the only place, it's like Dorothy, the only place you can have it is by, closing your eyes and have it. No, you can't. You need to start believing you can have it in the 3D. Stop doing this head mess. I love it, but I can't have it. I love it, but I can't have it. No, I feel confidence it's going to happen, because then the universe is like, which one is it? The laws of attraction and manifestation, what are we taught? Think of it, feel it, let it go. When we're going through the back forward psychologically, universe is like, so which one is it, Kerry? Is it's only pretty in the 5D and it can never be in the 3D, or it can be in the 3D and it can be in the 5D? It can be both. Once you come to that inside yourself, you attract it in like manifestation. So your third eye is very strong. Be careful what you're thinking, because you're attracting it. And when it's confusing, universe is like, well, look at it to you both ways then. Don't. Keep your eye on the goal, in a sense of I am in bliss. I am, anytime you get unsettled, okay, I'm not going to get in my head. I'm going to get back into my bliss, like we're in the here and now in the 3D. Everything is in perfect harmony where I stand right now. All right? And then you can alchemize it in. I do feel you're going to be pretty busy. I get this vibe that your brother's got this really, it could be a memory. It could be something that you guys are going to be talking about. I think he's going to get a bit peppy. This feels like you guys could be chatting around the kitchen table and there could be some reminiscing going around. He could partake something with you of a business idea. But I feel overall this phone call is going to come as a surprise. Whatever this is, I don't think it's bad. Okay? But you've got to move into just being present and being okay with that. I hope that helps. So, who's we got next? Okay, so Cha. How you doing? Detached. why, chart? I get this vibe. Thanks, Giggle. I get this vibe that you feel is like everything's really funny. I don't know why I'm getting this. Please share. Do you just, it's almost like, could we say one flew over the cuckoo's nest? When you go through enough ascension, you feel the gods must be crazy. Yeah, we do. You could just feel everything's really funny at the moment, maybe because you just think everything's too crazy. You're trying to look at the lighter side of life. You are, maybe because you have learned certain things. Char, you kind of feeling as though there are some things in your control, there are some things out. That's okay, Kerry. Are you picking on your kids, girl? Char, are you stirring them up? What are they asking you for? I'm seeing, I don't know, there's a little bit of a Mickey. You're mucking about with them. It could be the banter, the comedy. They're wanting something from you, though, and you've got one up over them. It's like, well, I want you to do X, Y, and Z, and until you do it, you're not getting it. What is that? What's happening? I think it's quite funny, though, because you think it's bloody funny. There's something to do with family. Yeah, it's like there's a playfulness in your energy. You're like, okay, I think it's bringing the inner child out in the family zone. Does that make sense? You're thinking the house needs to be cleaned. You're like, oh, I better get on top of that. Or did you do an absolute spring clean? Now, they're either making reference to... Oh, bloody laugh. That would be funny. Yeah, you're just staying very present, okay? I can see something changing. They're mentioning sun. Is it your sun? There's a male energy here. It could be a bit moody, a bit, recluse. But you're thinking it's very funny, right? You're just thinking, something is going on with a particular male child. Now, that can be your twin side, your side. You need to be careful with your third eye, because I do feel you may, because you are detaching and you're staying very present, it's almost like divine masculines coming through in your third eye. Have you been getting headaches? Because I tell you, it could be that you need your eyes checking, but I do feel I'm sensing this person's thinking about you a lot. It's giving me a headache. They think too much. It's their turn. Oh. You're like, look, everything is going everywhere, right? So, you feel you need to get your house back in order. You probably feel a little bit unmotivated. I did warn you this would happen. Be like, okay, I need to get this done. I need to get that done. You have been looking at it. I don't feel, Twin said this to me the other day. He's like, Yildiz, the house isn't dirty. And I didn't say it was. I said, I'm organizing. I think my daughter said, yeah, but your house, I wouldn't say it's sterile, but you know where to find something. I don't like not being able to find something. It drives me nuts. Thank God for the Virgo transits. Best time of the year to clean your house and get your paperwork in order. But you have to learn to stop. So there appears to be something it's either in the family, the home. I see you getting a lot of things in order. I do feel intuitively you could be picking up something is happening with your twin. But in your opinion, your house is messy. Okay, so you're like, this is, a bit too much popcorn, maybe too much TV, stagnancy, needed a break, needed a break to just get back and recoup. And I think you've done that. But it's like homework. You're kind of looking at it going, oh, shit. It's giving you the harmony, though. Okay? So, yeah, you're like, okay, Christmas, New Year's coming. Got to get things in order. You might not low-key. I don't think you're going to get low. You might get low-key, but could be you want low-key. I do think something's happening in your counterpart's family at the moment. Total opposite to yours. Chuck, inbox me. I want a photo of your house. How bad is it? Sweeping brush waiting in the hallway because you got sidetracked, or what are we looking at here? It appears to be a separation in a karmic relationship. That's what they're showing me. Not talking at the moment, communication not, but I don't. You know what? My guides are actually showing me, and I don't like mentioning this, but how do you put it? It could be some wellness issue happening inside of masculine's family. I do think that they've had time with the family. I do think your counterpart has gone back and visited, so there's no grievances there or anything to that degree. But I also do feel there's a new chapter coming here for your counterpart, and I feel there's a breakdown in the situation. I haven't for a while now felt the karmic energy. That may be because I do feel this person is evolving, right? I literally do not think you're going to realize when this I do actually, and I have, like, their intention. And you know, when you're channeling a message, sometimes they can give you timestamps of what a situation is going to be. Like, for instance, I saw something to do with Christmas. That's a timestamp. That's a rough guide. Now, what year it could be is one thing, right? But generally, my guides are showing me it's this, yeah. For you, I am showing you very calmly in your home and somebody turning up at your door. So again, you're the second feminine this week that I'm really feeling. You won't be waiting for it. It's just you're being present. And I think it's because you're being present, you might get a surprise. Now, how that can show up can be in various ways. It could be gossip through the grapevine that they've gone through a divorce, or something's going down like Donkey Kong. It could be the physical person turning up at your door. But something's shifting, okay? But as to your house, as far as you're concerned, you know, you were enjoying trying to be a lady of leisure for a bit. And now you like that, you know, it's a bit like the kid. You got to go do the dishes. We've had dinner now. Go empty the plates, take the trash out. And you're like, do I have to? Yeah. If you think you'll get it done by the 30th, you won't. Get your house, chuck things out, simplify it, because Mars will be retrograde in Gemini. You need to lessen your load. If you don't like something, you best be working it out, because Mars going retrograde. Don't get stuck. You won't have a lot of energy. Don't overcommit yourself. Right. You'll get tired. Get it done now before, you know, we hit the wall with Mars and Gemini going retrograde, and then you won't want to do anything. Deborah, what would you like to know, my love? Deborah. So I did go on to say, I think it was Marie, and I said Deborah, and I was picking up both energies at the time. Maybe you guys have a similar circumstance going on. Because I was like, do I continue? Do I not? You know, that's okay, Char. Please send me a photo of your house. Hi, Deborah. How are you doing, doll? That's okay, Char. What for would you like to know, my love? There's a lot of silence around your energy, a calm demeanor. I'm hearing organization. You are organized, though. Char, you have to share it with me. I just want a photo. You know what we need to do is, when we do these channel messages, you can send your evidence in. Cancer man feelings, although about me, if any. I'm just feeling, Deborah, you are cleaner than Char at the moment. I love you, soul sister. It feels meticulous. You probably got Virgo in your chart. Well, yeah, it just feels, there's something separately in your life, though, that you're looking at. This could be a business venture. It's something serious, though. It feels like there's a plan. This could be something you're currently doing in work. I'm not sure. They're just showing me something that you're planning, something that you're organizing. It's like all the boxes are ticked, right? So I don't necessarily get that something's not going to go right. Whatever this is that you're planning, it's very calm. With your love interest, how would I say? They're very private. They're got a broody kind of, I wouldn't say they're broody, not broody. They dress very nice. Very private. I was thinking about that last week, Ben, and I was like, you know what? Ben wasn't there. I went, he's moving, Yildiz. Your love interest, Deborah. You're feeling their energy, but it's almost like you're in hermit mode, Doug. Does that make sense? Because your energy is coming through intuitively. And I feel it's for you. It's the calm after the storm, right? It's the calm after the storm. So it's like you might have gone through some psychological downloads and now you're kind of shifting. Saturday, I'm going to his shore house for 5 days by myself. I don't get a bad vibe at all. You're worried, but you've been thinking. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, but this is like, it's something in their past is over. So it's something you don't need to worry. Like, it just feels over. Does that make sense? But it's recovery. It's like, you've got a lot going on. So I do feel leading up to this, potentially you were thinking quite a bit, right? Your status with the Cancer energy does appear to be changing. I don't get a bad vibe with this at all. I get very calm. I feel, if anything, could you be taking on a very traditional view? Yes. Do I feel you have matured? Yes, I do. Okay, so you're taking on this mature energy. It's almost like you're telling yourself off. You're like, it's going to be okay. Like, I'm really excited about this, but I'm pretty nervous at the same time. You're a dag. Well, in that case, let's pull a clarifier on that. Would you like me to do that? It could be that that person wants to be caught, but I don't know. This person's really relaxed about you coming over. Right. Now, as to... Okay, what's this to do with? What's the Ten of Swords? Okay, we've got the Ten of Swords, which can be that they're worried about it if his girlfriend is over. If that hasn't resolved, though, with the Ten of Swords, it could be that he's worried about it, right? What do we have? You're worried about it. You're like, is it safe? Is it going to be okay? I will say with the Scorpio transits and with Mars going retrograde, secrets are coming out. So could you be caught? I'm not going to lie to you with the transits. Yes, you could be. I'm just saying, right? But in going there and having a great time and enjoying it, are you going to be able to say goodbye again? That's something only you can answer. Do you know what I mean? This could be an opportunity for both of you to discuss the bigger picture, and I do think that's a potential. Are they married? Why am I getting married? Oh, giggle. You can come and use my house, darling. You can even use the chicken coop. It's going to look like a hotel by the time I'm finished. He just called me worried about his bipolar daughter. Oh. I think he has a lot on his plate, but it is coming to an end, love. Okay? So I do feel, look, we've got the Ten of Swords with family and connections. Could he be looking at you as the partner? Yes, I do think he is, but he's looking at himself within associated connections. Mate, this is a burden. It's things that I told you, the whole connection with the twin flame path at the moment was coming up like they were burdens. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? So he particularly could be looking at it going, you know what? I've got all these things I'm responsible for. It's very stressful. From a spiritual point of view, the twin flame connection is always the twin flame. So it's like you're a friendship group. You empathize, understand, you force each other to grow. I do feel that this Ten of Swords has been a lot on their mind. They're feeling very stressed by it. Some karmic cycle is coming to an end, even if he wished he could protect everyone. Do you get what I'm saying? I feel, let's pull 3 cards for you going there. I do feel he's turning up. Does that make sense? I do feel that person may very well turn up. I feel a major decision is on its way. It could be a couple of months though, but I do feel a major decision is on its way. Yeah, they want to come and hang out. Tell me how it goes. By the way, the karmic does know who you are. I think you know that though. Yeah, you're pretty relaxed though. You're going into it. You're like, I'm going for a break. Do you get what I'm saying? But it appears to be that person might be deciding between the rock and a hard place. But I do feel there is an end date. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm feeling this person is ready to make a stand. I feel that in their life that they could have even been open with the karmic and said, look, I will be exiting stage. So I feel it's more a platonic relationship than a romantic relationship. It's like being the nursemaid inside a connection, obligationary. Karmic does know who you are, is jealous, which potentially could be dangerous, right? I'm just saying. And yes, partnership decisions and wanting to hang out with you is possible. So yes, they could turn up. I hope that helps. But yeah, as to business dealings, do you have a business style? Because there's something there my guides were showing me to do with you planning. Planning. Could be that you're already working and like I said, it's a break. Dawn. Oh, God help me. Radio. How does the song go? Television killed the radio star or something? I've forgotten the bloody song. Is that why my back was hurting me? I'm like... Could be an education seminar or something professional you're going to, because I'm seeing could be an award you get, because I'm seeing something new happening with LL Cool J. What is that song? Well, we're going to have a lot of bass chakra going on. Okay, Dawn. Are we in the house, my beautiful? How's your crowded house? Yes, crowded house, right? We need to be careful with Mars and Gemini, all of us, of miscommunication, because we're all so busy that through text messages, chats, conversations, we misunderstand things. So I had to touch base with Dawn the other day. I was like, oh man, sorry, I missed you, you know? And I swear she thought I meant, I can't talk. You're not allowed to talk to me on hand. I wasn't. I was like, no, I'm working 7 days a week. I'm in, on Wix, the website. I'm in Discord and in the members hub. Or creating content. So I don't really I'm creating a social life, but I generally don't have a social life, So... yeah, we'll have to spread the word Big Bird for the chiropractic session. Anyway, we'll get on to Dawn's, even though Dawn's probably hit the road and she's gone to her beautiful home. Maybe her twin turned up. I won't say his name, Dawn, just in case I'm live on your TV. Hi, Jan. How you doing, sweet? We get to chat. Yay. Okay, let's pull some cards of Dawn. You got relationship energy coming through, right? You got relationship energy coming through. There's ones from the past, but you're thinking you got to fix things. You don't have to fix things. The pressure coming up at the moment, you surely will, my love. I better hurry up or we won't see each other. You might have felt that after a chain of very unfortunate events, something with counterpart was going to change, right? There is this pressure where you want to move forward, but you feel you're going left and right. Your feeling is you want to move forward, but then you can, right? You're also feeling like in order to get this connection, that connection would need to end. That's without your power. But at the same time, it's how do I explain it? It's like you're trying to repair things that aren't your job to repair. Does that make sense? So it's like thinking that you messed something up, feeling that you're a burden. Like we choose to do things, we choose not to do things. So there's this push-pull dynamic, but you're trying to get balanced after all the triggers and wondering how the heck you can move your ship in the correct direction. You, honest to gospel, may be looking at this circumstance through a wound, right? I thought that a chain of very unfortunate events would end the karmic cycle and therefore this person could move forward. But the karmic's not the blockage, right? Spiritually, take the energy away from the karmic of feeling that that is forever. Step back from the painting and truthfully look at the connection with your twin and the karmic and see whether there's not a mirror happening or that that person, in fact, is happy. Okay, and if they're not, you'll see it. You'll understand the reasons why. Because at the moment, you're looking at it like this person is bloody happy like a pig and duck shit. One metaphor. But it's not quite as it seems. Life is not simple also. Life is real. Neptune's been making us have that revelation at the moment. Don't feel that they're getting more than you. Okay? Don't feel that they're getting more than you. They're getting what they're currently being given due to the person being in a relationship. You got to take the energy away from the karmic. The karmic's blocking this while you're tuning into them because you're feeling they've got too much power and they actually don't. Take the energy away, Dawn. Okay. Love for Dawn. Got to get your vibration up. You're getting too down. You're giving it too much energy. This at the moment is making you protect or want to move into it. Protect or move in. So it's like you're going back and forwards and you need to just stay centered. Then proceed forward. You'll see things more clearly. But at the moment, there's this push-pull. There's emotions coming up. There's feelings that the other person, it's all the old shit that maybe hadn't been cleared. It's coming back up again. My beautiful Dawn. I will love you and leave you, and I will see you for the update for the twin flame updates for the masculine, feminine, and karmic. They are recorded. They will be out tomorrow morning for those of you in America. It will be around 5, 6, and 7 each staggered. I've put a community post up for when they're open. And we'll have ours premiering here also today, which I've got to change that later. So I hope you enjoyed the update. If you do want to make a booking, you can go to the link directly below. Very separately, like I said, we're going to have the education content that will be given to the members. I'll keep you up to date when that's going to come out. I did do a mini post in there that will go at the top tier level. We may even be bringing additional videos to the membership that will be shared to the public, and I'll be getting onto the webinar for the eclipses shortly, shared to my members on the website. And the members that do join our website also will get discounts for the education courses and free webinars. Okay? Take care, beautiful. See you soon.